Hello and welcome to a special off-season Painting the Black podcast. This was literally spur of the moment. Fellas, we're in the middle of actually winter just started yesterday. And we're in the middle of very busy off-season. I know I'm missing baseball, but I'm loving all the moves that's been going on.
Yeah, hindsight bias or recency bias, whatever. Yeah, recency bias, that's the right term. This feels like the craziest offseason in baseball history. Not to start off with superlatives, other than I would say probably the Rangers getting A-Rod, and that was the same offseason where the Red Sox got Manny.
Yep.
But that was two guys. There's just been so many moves. It just feels insane.
I've never seen anything in my life like what happened at midnight my time the other night with Correa.
So the closest thing, so I always got to bring it to basketball, right? It was like the Kawhi thing. You remember when he signed with the Clippers and they traded for Paul George?
At like 10 p.m. at night,
Yep.
Like I was asleep. I remember like the 3 days before that, I stayed up till like 4 a.m. Refreshing Twitter, making sure. And then the one night I went to sleep, I wake up and I'm like, they got both of those guys? Didn't Paul George just sign a contract? It was like that. It was like, how is Correa on the Mets?
And like Paul Heyman was the one that broke the story, so nobody believed him for like an hour.
Right.
So we're waiting for other confirmation.
Yeah, I think once Susan Slusser kind of confirmed that, everyone realized this was really happening.
So you say Paul Heyman? You mean John Heyman?
Oh, I'm thinking
that's a wrestling guy, right? Paul Heyman?
Yeah.
Was that Goldberg's like
Undertaker? No,
that's Paul Bearer.
Brock Lesnar, that's it.
Brock Lesnar, that's who it was. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, not Goldberg, it was Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Anyway.
Paul Heyman.
John Heyman.
If he's still alive. If not, rest in peace, Paul Heyman.
And there's Doug.
Ladies, what's going on?
Oh no.
How we doing, Doug?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Doing good.
Good.
Yeah, Christmas is just a couple days away, and kind of talking a little baseball, all these off-season moves and what's still possibly to come. And
I'm destroying my diet over here, Doug. Killing these doves.
That looks like something else. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
What was that? Like a condom or something?
There it is.
Dove chocolates. Motivational quotes inside.
Oh, Dove. Okay, I got it now. Yeah, that's what you're talking about the other day.
Yeah, I was telling Doug I ate like 10 in one day.
Yeah, Dove chocolate is freaking addicting.
Yeah, they make really good soap too.
You know what? I
actually Googled that once. It's not the same company.
I'm actually going to add some to my Walmart order now.
There you go. And a boy.
What's that soap? I got some on the counter.
Wait, you use soap?
I do. Yeah, occasionally.
It was
when I wash my hair.
It was a
Looks
Christmas
like you got a little bit
going
on there, Brad. What's up with that?
What's that?
You got some hair going there. What's up with that?
I don't know. Trying to grow it out, you know.
Oh.
No, not really. But yeah,
it's too cold right now. Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So Doug, we're talking about this Correa thing and trying to think of, you've obviously been watching baseball longer than all of us have been alive. No exaggeration, right?
Yeah, combined, yeah.
Have you ever seen anything like that before? Baseball or other sports?
Middle of the night, like change of teams, yeah.
Yeah. Who was there was a few years ago, wasn't it? There was somebody that got X'd out of a contract because of the same issues. Was it somebody with the Dodgers?
Is that
I might
like
be.
Dexter Fowler?
I know the Orioles had a handful of guys. And, I mean,
Yeah, the
Fowler
Orioles were that.
was-
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. Who was, because it was a pretty good contract, and it always seemed like they always came up with a medical issue. But as far as that Korea deal, that seemed awful. To me, it seemed like there was something funky going on there anyway. But almost like they had a backup plan because maybe he wasn't sure about playing third base with the Mets to begin with. I don't know. That's just me. Maybe it was between those two before. I don't know. But San Francisco's never done that before, though, right?
No.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
so.
It
could be that
was just
Correa
looking
was
up
like,
the
it could go one of both ways or one of two ways, right? Either Correa got cold feet of the rest of this lineup sucks. I'm never gonna win.
Right.
Or
that could, yeah.
or the Giants did, and they were like, "Oh, let us come up with some kind of issue to
Well,
piss him off."
here's something that bothered me about it. And I mean, they got Haniger from the Mariners.
Yeah,
And this is a guy that hasn't been all that healthy. And they're questioning a broken leg from minor league baseball. And they're
Yeah.
gonna not this the money, I get the money's altogether different, but
Mhm.
your thought process on that is, what the hell are you going to give a guy 3 years for if he's only going to play a year and a half, as opposed to Carlos, who, to be honest with you, I'd love to have him in Seattle. No matter what anybody else said,
Yeah.
I think he's a gamer, and I think he's going to be good for the team. But to see something that came in and shoehorned like that, I don't remember one that quick.
Mhm.
so
The other
Right.
one I just thought of is DeAndre Jordan. You guys remember that when they locked
Oh
him
yeah.
in
yeah.
his house and he was committed to the Mavs? They made him flip to the Clippers. That was insane.
What were you saying, Brad?
Kind of with the Dexter Fowler and the Orioles thing, I guess the Dexter Fowler one is more like the Aaron Judge to the Giants debacle. And then like I guess it was more of they weren't really all that close.
You laughing at
Sorry.
me again?
Yeah.
Of
Sorry,
course.
I had to flip the log on the fireplace. My apologies.
Oh, you're good. And the Orioles failed physicals. Grant Balfour, Giovanni Gallardo, Tyler
Jeez.
Colvin. So
And then yeah.
I feel like there was one other, but just the
Yeah, there was
one quick article that I clicked on.
I think they did a trade where they failed somebody too. It involved like prospects. I know it involved the Marlins. I think it was Baltimore, but I'm not sure. That's probably like 5 years ago.
There's one I remember from a while ago. I thought it was Baltimore or the Dodgers. Oh,
I know the Dodgers.
I
failed.
know who it
Iwakuma.
was now.
Mhm.
It was with the Dodgers, and it was Iwakuma for the Mariners.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It was
I
like
kinda
3 days.
remember that.
3 days after they signed him.
Right, and then didn't he end up coming back to Mariners?
Yeah.
I
For a
don't
1-year
know
deal. Yes.
what's that.
Yeah, he came back for a 1-year deal.
Yeah, because I remember that now. That's one I was trying to think of.
Mhm.
and then you said the Dodgers. That reminds me, they had one with Maeda too, right? When they traded him, and then he got
Yeah.
to the Twins,
Yep.
and the Twins were like, "There's something wrong with this physical." So I think the
Yep.
the Dodgers actually threw in Brusdar Gatterall.
Mhm.
I'm sure I'm
Yep.
saying his name wrong.
Yeah.
But they threw him in as compensation for Maeda's medicals being bad. So yeah, you're right. The Dodgers do have a little bit of a history.
You know, but both those teams, both Baltimore and the Dodgers, that now that you guys said that, that makes a lot of sense. But there's always something in one of those physicals. I read that somewhere where
Yeah.
they've always gotten out if they want to use it, kind of thing.
I think,
But I don't
I think-
know. You'd think you'd have that done ahead of time. You know, you do your. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe in me, you don't say that you're going to buy a car without taking it for a test drive. I don't know. That's
Exactly.
just me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're not saying yes to exactly what you said. Like if you're buying a used car,
Mhm.
look at the Carfax before you announce. Like, hey,
Honestly,
I'm buying this car.
like the way they were already marketing him as part of like their Christmas sales ticket package and all that kind of stuff. I think he backed out after something they asked for. That's just my feeling, but like they were already selling Carlos Correa in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be maybe he was just like, I can't win here. Let me
Yeah.
find a way out.
You know,
Yeah.
it seemed like a real odd fit to me when I heard it.
Mhm.
You know, and then the more I thought about it, the more I heard that it wasn't going to fly, and then he got sucked in by the Mets. The Mets are buying it, and realistically, that's what they should be doing. And
Yeah.
you know, I mean, if let's face it, if you had a fan like Paul, wouldn't you try to
Yeah.
shut him up for a while? I mean, But-
No, go ahead, Doug.
but realistically speaking, I mean, what that guy's doing for baseball, you know, it's
Mhm.
kind of nice and kind of refreshing to see him going after it. And I got to enjoy that as opposed to watching the Yankees and, you know, whoever the Dodgers, you know, year in, year out spending all kinds of money. And it's kind of nice. And the Padres to an extent, but I like what the Padres are doing. I just hope that it pays off for them at some point.
Yeah, so that brings me to the question you've been asking, Brad. I think you asked this in ASIV, and I think you asked it in our chat. So I think there's what, 3, and maybe I'm forgetting one. Actually, we'll call it 4, right? Throw in Swanson. So we got Trey Turner, Bogarts, Correa,
Correa.
and did I already say Swanson?
Yeah, that's the
Sort of,
fourth
yeah.
one.
Sort of, yeah.
So of those 4 contracts, I think, Brad, the way you've been phrasing it is which one will look the best, which one will look the worst. And then Brett brought this up, and I didn't think about it this way. I think, Brad, you were thinking about it strictly numbers-wise, production,
Mhm.
which contract will look the worst. And Brett brought this up, so give him credit. I think the way to think about it is which one of these guys is going to help them win the most. And so to your point, Doug, that's why it makes more sense for the Mets because they're closer to a World Series than the Giants are.
Yeah.
So they
Definitely.
can they can eat or not, eat's the wrong word, justify spending this kind of
Yeah.
money on this kind of guy more so than the Giants can, who are, you know, they're 4 players away, whereas the Mets were arguably 1 player away.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So sorry, I'm kind of burying the lead. Go ahead, Brad. Which one do you think ages the best and the worst?
So I'll start with the worst, and I was honestly surprised that I put Trey Turner as the worst because he was one of my top guys that I wanted the Cardinals to get.
Mhm.
And once I kind of looked into it, I mean, a lot of his game revolves around his speed, and that's gonna eventually not necessarily go away, but that's going to take a lot of his value away once he does start losing his speed. And his chase rate is also extremely high. And so when you kind of put those two together, I just don't think that's going to be aging very well. I don't know. I think he'll end up being like a good contact, a little bit of pop. But I think within 5 years of this deal, it's gonna start looking kind of ugly for the Phillies there. Best, I think it's got to be Correa, especially where he's ending up now. I mean, like you said, Mets are 1-2 players away. He definitely helps the Mets. I mean, you got Lindor, you got first
Alonso.
baseman. Yeah, Pete
Alonso.
Alonso. I mean,
McNeil,
yeah,
Kana, Marte.
that's a stacked lineup. I still this year though, I don't know if I would rank their lineup as even the best in their division.
Yeah.
I mean, as crazy as that sounds.
Yeah, Philadelphia is so better.
And the Braves, arguably.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about lineup, but yeah.
I think they're. I don't know. I went back and forth with the Braves. I think Phillies are definitely best in the East, just strictly lineup.
Mhm.
I don't know if I would put the Mets second or the Braves third or not. But yeah, I mean, I think Correa is gonna. He's got the overall skill set that I think can hold up best over the course of a decade.
As long as injury,
And he's the youngest, right, of these guys.
Yes, I
the
believe
injury, yeah, he is. The injury history definitely scares me on him.
Yeah.
so.
So what were his injuries? Were they lower limb injuries, like leg?
Back,
Oh,
I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
So,
With who?
Correa.
oh no, I mean
Yeah.
Trey. What were Trey's injuries?
Oh, they were talking.
Um,
All kinds of stuff, I think.
Because he was hurt a lot when he was in Washington, right?
Couple
I feel
years
like
here and there.
I feel like he had a broken wrist at one point. Let's see if this will work for me. So he had a finger injury, some undisclosed injury, left forearm, I think that was the broken wrist, another finger injury. He had COVID. That's really all that I can find on him.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. I was thinking it was worse than that for some reason.
Mhm.
I'm looking at their lineup now on roster resource. They got Trey leading off, Schwarber, Hoskins, Real Muto, Castellanos, Derek Hall against righties. Trying to figure out who the.
Where's Harper?
He's hurt.
Yeah.
Oh
He's-
yeah, he's on here.
He's
'cause
not going to be
hurt.
back until All-Star break,
Is it
maybe.
June? Yeah,
Okay.
right around the All-Star break somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had Tommy John.
Okay.
so yeah, Harper added to that lineup obviously gives it a whole different feel.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But with this division, him missing that time,
Yeah.
it might cost them the
That's going to be
division.
crucial for the other guys
Yeah.
to kind of step up.
They can. All three of them can definitely make the playoffs. They have
Yeah,
two
they,
really.
yeah. I mean, they
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah,
They
It's
have
almost
two
like if you don't,
really,
then it's a failed season.
really bad. There are two really bad teams in that division. Marlins are going nowhere quickly.
and Marlins are going to be starting to trade off some of their pitching too, from what
Like-
I've heard.
They're just
Yeah.
on the spin cycle.
Yeah.
Get a guy that looks okay, trade him for prospects, develop him, trade that guy for prospects.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go look at the. I gotta
So
look
what's
at
your run? So what's your four, Brad? Is that put them in order?
So I would go Correa the best. That's gonna end up being the best contract of the four.
And then you're ranking strictly off production, right?
Just overall value, how production. Yeah, mainly production. So I'll go Correa, Xander 2, Dansby 3, and Trey 4. Although I could easily see with what the Cubs gave Dansby, you could easily put him 4.
He did, at least he got a shorter deal, right, than the rest of these guys.
Yeah, it was
So he'll only
7
be-
years.
Yeah, I
7.
think so. He'll be like
Years, right?
37 at the end.
That's still a lot for a guy with 2 career good years.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
I think you guys talked me into it. Trey's 3, Dansby's 4.
it's almost like you got a 1 and a 3 there, because you got. I agree with Correa. Sorry, I'm old. I say things wrong. Correa, and then you've got Xander, and you could put those 1 and 1A. I think, and then you would have Swanson and Turner. The problem I have, or the problem I don't have, is I think Carlos has the it factor that he's going to push you into the playoffs.
Mhm.
There's no doubt about it. You get him into a World Series or something, he's going to help you win.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true.
whether there's a trash can there or not, I think I seriously think he's going to help you.
Sure.
Yeah.
I also think that something about Swanson is that he's kind of under the radar, and I'm not sure if he's legitimate or not, but I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. So him and Turner are like a 3 and a 3A for me, and I'm not sure about those. I've never been a Turner fan, so that kind of puts me there. But Xander Bogaerts, yeah, I'm a Red Sox fan from way back, so that kind of I hated to see the Red Sox go cheap on that, but I thought it was kind of funny when I've seen this thing about all the guys that Shane Bloom has given up on.
Yeah.
I mean, you seriously, that's your World Series team right there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and that I mean, if that was a fantasy league, I mean, you guys probably kick me out at this point. So by letting all that talent go, because that's just stupid.
Yeah.
But I think overall, I think you got there's no doubt about Carlos being number 1 as far as I'm concerned. But I think that was he deserved that contract.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. I agree.
Oh, Cody must be feeding his cats. Oh,
No,
there he
sorry.
is.
Lost me for a sec.
Yeah, I'm
Who's
looking at
the-
So Swanson. He's the best defensively, right? Out of all these guys, is that a fair?
I mean, Turner is
Turner's
Good, I
pretty good
believe.
defensively too.
Yeah.
Good point. So and then I'm looking at him. I pulled him up on Baseball Reference.
Mhm.
He's only actually 28. So next year, 2023, will be his age 29 season. So I always gotta count on my
36.
fingers, even though I'm gonna count it. Y'all think I'm
Sure.
good at math, but I just count on my fingers.
You're just good at formulas. You're not good at math.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just a freak in the sheets.
So the contract only takes him to 35. So that's not bad.
Okay.
And then so he should, and then he probably doesn't stay at shortstop very long because they have Christian Hernandez coming up probably 2025 at the latest.
Yeah.
And he's y'all know my next guy, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you're always
We had
scouting.
Tatis hit. We had Acuna hit. So those are my big two from back then. And Julio hit, and then Christian Hernandez is my next guy.
You're always scouting the next 14-year-old Dominican shortstop. Yep.
You joke, but that I was actually reading about a 15-year-old
Oh
Dominican
God.
shortstop last night.
Whoa.
I-
15-year-old baseball player. Yeah.
baseball player.
Is that the guy for the Mariners?
Not that one. Not so he's actually he may be 16 or 17. I think this guy is supposed to be the number one international signee for 2024.
Giving away
This
draft
guy's
strategy.
number 2.
Giving away
Yeah,
draft
no,
strategy.
yeah, the Mariners guy is number 2 for the 2023 class.
Yeah.
He looks really good too.
Yeah.
Baseball wise.
Telling everybody the
too.
plan.
He looks really good baseball wise.
That's all right. I'll forget in a week anyway. I wouldn't worry about me on that stuff.
So I think production wise, Swanson, just because of the 7 years, his will probably age the best as long as he's not a fluke. So I say all that. He has a career on base percentage of 321, which is terrible.
I think he's a fluke.
Yeah. Did we talk about this enough? This whole Atlanta Braves flashing lights thing? Did y'all hear about that?
Maybe.
Where they were mad that they didn't get night playoff games.
Oh
It turned
yeah.
out that they were doing some kind of flashing lights thing in center field, and it didn't work as well, obviously, during the day, but it worked great at night. So was that Swanson's secret recipe the last 2 years? So if that's the case,
I mean, he's not going to get a lot of night games
at the Cubs,
in Wrigley.
Cubs.
No.
No.
He's not gonna-
How many night games do the Cubs have a year?
Not that many.
5.
Like 20?
Not many.
I'd say around 20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
20 home, right? Home games.
Yeah.
Sunday night. Yeah.
Sunday night games usually, right?
Yeah.
So that that could completely wreck the Swanson contract if that's what was helping him.
I think lineup protection is going to hurt him a lot.
Yeah, that's a great
Mhm.
point. That's a
Who-
great point.
I mean, who do the Cubs have basically other than, I mean, they've got Wisdom and Happ, right? And they,
Pulling it up. Yeah, this is I got Sia, Suzuki, Bellinger is trash. Let's just say it. Christopher Morel is solid, right? He had a good rookie year.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Wisdom is average. Nico Herner is average.
Hap is okay.
Yeah, Hap is okay. They don't really have anybody.
Nope.
No.
they don't have any. No. Who's their catcher going to be this year?
Oh, that's a good question.
They just signed Tucker Barnhart.
There you go.
Oh man.
That's right. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, I think he's going to split with Jan Gomes again.
Oh my God.
I
Dynamic
think
duo.
That's what their plan is.
Do they even have anybody on the way?
I don't know.
Like anytime
what-
soon?
I don't think so.
Where's their, where are they ranked?
Maya. He's in
Yeah, I think-
AAA.
Yeah.
Is he a catcher?
What's their ranking overall for their minor leagues?
Oh, Brennan Davis. So he's on the way. He should
There you
be.
go.
He should be okay.
Yeah.
Didn't he,
I
didn't he had
I
a
think
bad
somebody
year, though,
told us about him.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, you traded for him twice, didn't you, Mo?
I traded him, and I got him back.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You got someone pretty good in that deal.
For the brash in the pan. Yep.
The Brash. That's who it was. Yeah, the Brash deal. And you
Yeah.
got a pick.
What's that?
What was was it just straight up Brendan for Brash? Or I thought you got someone else.
Hang on.
in that trade.
There's something else in there.
Yeah.
Hang
All I
on.
know is I didn't even have enough money to put Brash on my payroll because somebody else needed help. Not that I do collusions or anything, but you know.
You got 3rd round pick of that draft.
Yeah. Doug did, right?
Yeah,
And I think that ended up being someone
Uh,
pretty solid.
I'm trying to find it.
Let me pull it up here.
Because I got him from Don, part of the Suzuki deal, I think, right?
Yeah, I think you got Brendan from Don. I think that's right.
He took Luis Mesa, catcher for Toronto.
Okay. And Toronto seems to be good at developing catchers.
Yeah,
Alejandro
lot of-
Kirk and
Yeah.
the other guy. I can't remember his name.
Danny.
Danny Jansen, and then the other guy that was like a top prospect.
Gabriel Moreno.
There you go,
Yeah.
Moreno. So that's one. I'm surprised they haven't traded any of those guys yet.
I know.
We have 3 really good catchers.
I would have thought Kirk or Jansen. Like Kirk was really the hot name there for a while.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then kind of sounded like they're going to keep him, and Jansen was going to be the one that's going to be moving. But yeah, I'm surprised they haven't moved any of them.
Yeah, I read something on that. I was on Facebook. I just read that a little while ago about all 3 of those catchers and them saying that they were. He was on the rumors or anything. I think that I was looking at, and it was saying that the Toronto was probably going after Conforto, but that seems to be. I mean, I'm kind of thinking that that's a Seattle move, just me, because they really need a 4th outfielder, and I was thinking they were waiting for him to get for all these other people to be taken before they went after him. But I could be wrong. But it's saying that Toronto's in on that.
So not to make this a Seattle podcast. Jerry DiPoto has never signed a free agent batter
No.
for more
Nope.
than the veteran minimum.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
DiPoto's never signed a free agent bat for more than the veteran minimum in the 7 years he's been there.
He needs to change that.
He's had no multi-year deals for free agent
Interesting.
batters.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I also read something, and I'm not trying to make it a Seattle thing, but that they're in on bringing Nelson Cruz back.
That would be big. I would like that.
And and it's basically because they don't think he's going to be playing every day.
Yeah.
And that they could probably still cycle through the rest of them. But again, I don't want to make that a Seattle podcast, but that's what I've been kind of following and listening to lately.
Yeah, obviously, historically not the same player, but
No.
Cruz
No.
could be someone's Pujols. What Pujols was last year for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
He could
I
do
think
that. And if he went back to Seattle,
I
think
think
that would
Cruz-
be-
He
Yeah,
can learn
Cruz
first
could be-
base. Yeah, he can learn first base.
Cruz could be Seattle's Carlos Santana from last year.
from last year. Yeah.
Because realistically, I mean, and I'm not getting on the Homer bandwagon here, but we were dead in the water until we got Santana. And once they got him, if you look at when they brought him in, that's when they went on the run. And that's when they got hot, was after they got him.
Yep.
But,
Yeah.
you know, realistically, being a Cubs homer or being a Mariners homer, I would much rather be a Mariners homer because I think they've got better guys to choose from. Right, Brad?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I haven't made any CCF references today, and I won't. So,
Yeah.
So, Brad, what about the Cardinals? What's their plan?
Who knows? I mean, Like I love that we got Wilson Contreras. I mean, hearing his introductory press conference, he is kind of embellishing the Yachty role in that he knows he can't be what Yachty was, but he's gonna be that type of leader.
Yeah.
And the Cardinals, I don't think, have ever had a good hitting catcher like Contreras since Ted Simmons. And that was in what, 70s, I think. So yeah, it's been a long time. I mean, their offense is good, but the thing that worries me is their pitching, their starting rotation.
Yeah.
Wainwright.
Flaherty, Michaelis,
Montgomery.
I mean, it's not.
Montgomery.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not elite by any
Did I
means.
say
but-
Matz? I think Matz.
Ugh.
No, you didn't say him yet.
Ugh.
I mean, they all have injury concerns.
Mhm.
Um,
When did the
maybe
wheels
not
fin-
so much Montgomery,
Yeah.
but I mean,
When did
he had a couple injuries throughout his career too. But
When did the wheels fall off for Wainwright? It's got to be soon.
they started to fall off towards the end of last year, and
Mhm.
a lot of people were saying, well, it's dead arm. Well, I guess it was more of his mechanics. Like he was landing funky, which caused his arm slot to be off. But I mean, they only have one starting pitcher that's guaranteed a contract beyond this next season, and that's Steven Matz.
Oof.
Yeah.
And then you have what, Liberator and
Yeah. Liberator. I mean, Zach Thompson.
What's Matt's overall record?
That's a great question.
I think 500.
Yeah.
It's got to be around
I
there.
was thinking he was probably close. I don't have the stuff in front of me.
50 and 51 for
Okay.
his career.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. He's
I-
perfectly mediocre.
Yes.
So yeah,
I think they're kind of hoping that Michael McGreevy and Gordon Graceffo are going to be ready to go in 2024 as well. But I mean, they're relying a lot on young pitching if that's the case.
hmm
Now, the whole thing with Bally Sports, I don't know if you guys have paid
No,
much attention to
Yeah,
it.
no, you mentioned that the other day, but I didn't know
Yeah.
the details.
I don't know anything about it.
So Bally, which is owned by Sinclair, Bally is pretty much going towards bankruptcy. And that's the Cardinals TV deal. So they could be hurting, quote unquote, for spending money if that does fall through.
But that's a lot of teams, right? Like the Rangers.
Yeah, it's
I
not.
think.
Yeah, it's not just the Cardinals. It's
hey Brad, is that Bally Gaming or is that Bally
Sports Network.
Entertainment? Bally Sports Network.
yeah, Bally Sports.
So yeah, I
So that's
I
not
think
the same thing.
it could actually be the opposite, because if Bally loses it,
Yeah.
then it goes up for bidding.
Uh-huh.
Comcast gets in.
Yep.
You know
So-
who else gets in?
True, right?
Fox Sports something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
if Fox Sports
Yeah,
gets
or-
in on it.
Root Sports. Yeah.
So it could be the opposite, where you
Yeah,
get
and I
you
mean
were
they
stuck
could
in a
also
long-term
just
deal.
go out and create their own network, kind of like what Cubs did with Marquee.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think they'll be fine.
So now, if they wanted to go out and get another starter, I mean, one kind of came down to tonight. One might be available. Trevor Bauer.
Yeah.
no way St. Louis does that.
I don't think so either.
I could see the Rangers doing that. I don't see a St. Louis doing it. I can see the Astros.
I could see the team whose jersey I'm wearing doing it.
Yes.
Oh, I hope.
As
Him and Tatis are friends, though.
as a F off to LA.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be.
You know,
Yeah.
There would be a
that's
Twitter
actually
account.
a pretty. So what's the top 3 landing places for him?
For Bauer, I gotta kind of agree with Cody. I could see it.
Yeah.
San Diego could do it.
The
What
Mets.
about the Mets?
The
Yeah.
Mets would do
Could he
it.
go to the Mets?
Anybody can go to the Mets.
Right. I mean, how much money have they spent? It's like
I think it's
800
$800 million.
800 million. Yeah.
God.
I'm trying to think of
And-
who else would do that. I kind of think the Phillies would do it.
And they need pitching.
They could use one more starter, I think.
Mhm.
Realistically, I think he goes to somebody that's in the hunt.
Well, you brought up the Mets. The Mets were the runner up for Bauer when he signed with the Dodgers.
Huh?
Oh,
Sure.
That's what I thought he was
Mhm.
either supposed to go to somebody or he was close to going to somebody. I couldn't
Because the Mets were celebrating that they got him.
yeah, it was
Mhm.
like a done deal.
Mm-hmm.
That was like this. They got Correa
Mm-hmm.
by Bauer.
Yeah.
And then Bauer and his girlfriend were like yelling at Mets fans on Twitter because they were mad at Bauer.
Yeah. I wonder if he
Yeah.
burned that bridge then.
Never know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna get weird and throw one out. Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
For the minimum. Yeah, because he's getting paid by the Dodgers
He's
anyway.
Yep.
He's still getting paid by the Dodgers, so you
And
go
they-
for a league minimum.
And they love rehabbing guys.
That would be good.
Yeah.
You said
him and Glasnow.
Well, because they did it with Archer. They did it with who was
Right.
the guy that used to be a Cardinal and then went to Boston? Waka. They did it with Waka.
Mhm.
There's a couple other in there.
Corey
that I can't think
Kluber.
of. Kluber, yeah. I was like, there's precedent for this with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going back to the Cardinals,
imagine
I
that
think
rotation
I
with
think
him,
Eovaldi
McClanahan,
fills in
Glasnow. That's
That's good.
would
Yeah.
you say Evaldi? Mo?
yeah. He feels like a Cardinal to me.
yeah. I can see
Barrett.
that.
Like, he's the type that would go there and somehow be top 10 Cy Young.
Maybe
Who-
11th, but yeah.
Who would you start him over though?
Mats.
Yeah, over
No
Mats for
question.
sure.
No question. No question.
Yeah. Would the Cardinals do that knowing that they gave him a 4-year, what was it, $77 million contract?
They gave him a good
Bye.
contract.
That's insane. He got 477.
I know it was 4 years. I don't remember the exact amount.
Good thing we have this thing called Google.
Yeah, I'm trying. So here we go. Let's see if the accounting can do math. So 8.5 plus 10.5 plus 12.5 times 2. So
4 years,
25.
44.
There you go. That's not terrible.
Yeah. You can convert that to bullpen relief or trade him. That's fine.
I don't know where I got 77 at.
No idea. It's a big cup.
Right.
So I went and looked at the so we were talking about the NL East. I think the Braves have the best lineup in the NL East. And I don't think it's close. Of course, I'm
You-
biased.
Even
So-
with yes, you are. Even with the vacated shortstop, I know Grissom was okay.
Yeah,
in there.
Grissom. I think Grissom's a better player than Swanson right now.
You want me to pull up roster resource?
Yeah, go.
and-
I was trying to share, but I was disabled from sharing.
No, I thought I had that fixed. All right, hang on here.
Like that
Uh,
lineup looks insane. Paul is going to kill me when he's well. Let me say it this way: it's definitely better than the Phillies lineup, especially without Bryce. Obviously,
Pretty
they
good.
have Albies hitting
Yeah, 6.
6.
We'll see.
Yeah,
See what Rosario has left and what Ozuna has left. So they were
yeah.
both-
I'd say those are really their two biggest question marks.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But the top 6, yeah.
and then even if Grissom keeps doing what he was doing, that top 7 would be
Mhm.
tough. Like
Hey, they just signed Jordan Lupolo, okay? They'll be fine.
yeah. There you go. But then if you look at the Mets,
Yeah, look at the Mets.
so you got Finding Nemo, Carlos
Yeah.
Correa, Lindor, Alonso McNeil, Marte, Vogelback, who I love.
Escobar could start also.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
this is
I
the,
think him and Bogey are gonna swap
Yeah,
the
they're-
beach.
yeah. Canha, who I love, or Canha, however you say his name.
Kana?
Yeah, that guy.
Narvaez is very good on offense and really, really,
Yes.
really bad at defense.
And then obviously they have the ultimate call up with Alvarez
Mhm.
on the
Mhm.
way.
That's a
I'd
real-
say those two lineups are, I call that a wash.
Like the Mets have a ton of B's in there, but it's just
Yeah,
so many above average or slightly above average
yeah.
guys.
That's
Yeah.
exactly it. You get no breaks with the Mets
No.
lineup. But I think you said it perfectly. I think there's more
Yeah.
superstars in the Braves lineup with
Yeah,
For sure.
Acuna and
But I mean, look at that depth though. Even Guillorme is solid. Ruff is good
Ruff is
For a
good.
bench.
Yeah.
for a bench bat.
Mhm. Yeah, and let's take a look at Phillies.
And then it's so Paul doesn't kill me. The Mets pitching is definitely better
Then
than the Braves. So I'm writing off the division for the Phillies. You guys brought up Harper's hurt. They're not.
Yeah,
They can't win the division. with
no,
how
I
strong those other
agree.
two teams
Not
are.
right now.
no, that bottom 4 is pretty weak.
yeah, at least for half the season, and then
Yeah.
Harper will replace Hall there.
Mhm.
Yeah. So he's just going to DH this year, right? With
Yeah,
Tommy John.
he's basically
I
gonna do what Otani did.
That 1 year.
He's gonna pitch.
Maybe. I mean, hell, they need it.
It's not that bad. You got
Yeah, I
Nola
mean,
Wheeler.
oh, I forgot they got Taiwan Walker.
Who-
I forgot about that.
Who in the world is Bailey Falter?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
they need another starter.
Well,
That's why I was thinking Bauer. I think
yeah.
Painter's
Painter
a
won't
little
come up
bit.
this
could-
year.
No,
No way,
and
right?
Your Painter.
He's
no.
not giving away any secrets. That dude is good.
I heard something that he might actually be called up this year.
Do they have the ETAs on this? Is that what that one column is that says 21? Or is that his draft year?
No draft.
If you
Yeah, it doesn't
scroll
have
maybe
ETA.
more
I,
to the
I thought
right.
they used to have ETA.
Yeah.
Brad, what kind of Toyota Tundra are you looking at? Ice cap?
No, we'll go solar octane.
Solar Octane.
Yeah, they definitely, yeah, I like your Phillies suggestion for Bauer there.
Mm-hmm.
And if we kind of go back to the Mets, the rotation. Verlander, Scherzer, Cody Senga, Carrasco, Quintana. Good Lord.
And they got
Yeah.
a couple of okay guys available too. Peterson is solid, and somebody else. Smith, maybe? I can't think.
Yeah, I think that's what sets them apart from a team like the Padres. Is the Padres pitching can't
Is
compete with this.
It's terrifying. Yeah. You're relying a lot on Snell.
Yeah, which you can't.
Musgrove was a little
Musgrove for
scary.
2 straight years now has run
Yeah.
into a wall in the second half of the
Mhm.
season.
They're
Yu
number
Darvish-
5. They're
Yu
number
Darvish
5.
almost seems like he's good every other year.
Yeah.
They're 4 and 5 are like relief pitchers.
Yeah. So I think I don't think Nick Martinez is going to start. I think Lugo he'll get like 7 starts, and then he'll go to the bullpen. I still think the guy they got from the Red Sox, Jay Groom, is
Okay.
one to watch out for. If he can put it together, he has all the physical attributes of a 10-year
I think-
starter.
Weathers put up a really good year 2 years ago too.
Yeah, and he
Thank
came
you.
up super early. Like he's only 20,
Yeah.
23.
23. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like they're hoping Morayon or Groom or Weathers, they kind of
Yeah.
are being
They got
called
a
up.
little
And then Julio Teheran, they signed him.
Yeah.
I think that's their real. So they have Nick Martinez
Yeah.
up there only because Julio. I can't say his name. Say it correctly, Neil.
I think you said it right. Tehran.
Tehran.
Yeah, Teheran.
I mean, he kind of sucks.
I think
but yeah.
technically he signed a minor league contract, so
Yeah.
that's why they're not putting him up there. But he's their real number 4,
Yeah, I think you're right.
and then Lugo is 5 for now. And then they're hoping either Morejon, Groom, or Weathers. One of those 3 has to hit as their real number 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but I mean, then you compare that to the Mets,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I think that's why
definitely
Cody's
weaker.
suggestion of Bauer going
Yeah.
here also makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
And you know how they always feel like the little brother to the Dodgers. Like that's just another way they can
Yeah.
knocking them out with sweet. Now they can add.
Well, I mean, as you guys know, if there's a pitcher available, Padres are going to go out and get them.
Yep. No, nobody else, just the Padres.
Brad, I was gonna say it, and then I saw the look on your face. I was like, he's about to say it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that would be. I would take the day off work just to go read that guy's Twitter that day, if that happened.
Who's that?
Your favorite Mongoloid.
Oh, the Mongoloid. Oh, wow. Yeah, I miss him.
Yeah, I should send you some of the stuff he posts. Like he lost his shit when Correa signed with the Giants originally.
Yeah.
Like he wrote like a book, and I was like, no one cares, man. Like no one
It's
cares.
crazy. What's crazy about that is, would he have wanted him as a Dodger because he was a cheater?
No, he didn't. Didn't want him.
he did not.
So
He made that
that's
clear.
that's what Muhammad was rooting for. Was that the Dodgers had to make an answer and go get him?
Because
Mhm.
I was
So we
like, when
could-
they got Xander, when the Padres got Xander, and Trey was off the board to the Phillies, I was like, somebody please sign Swanson so that the Dodgers have to sign Correa. Because I think he might quit watching baseball if that happens. That's how much he hates Correa.
So yeah, we've been talking a lot about NL contenders. The Dodgers definitely look a little rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at that lineup, right? Like you got
Wait a
Betts,
minute.
Freeman, Smith, Will
Who is
Smith.
James? Who's James Outman?
Yeah, exactly. But after those first 3, Muncie's always hurt. He's old. JD Martinez is old. Lux is
Yeah,
solid.
he's what, 35.
Yeah.
Lux kind of sucks.
Yeah,
Thompson's-
he's just a guy, it seems like. Seems like he's a solid major league player, but nothing special.
Thompson's claim to fame is his brother.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chris Taylor, limited ceiling. He's high floor,
Good.
limited ceiling.
Yeah.
By the way, he
Um,
might be available
Yeah.
in Painting the Black.
Paint the black.
Who's that?
Chris Taylor.
Nah, no one ex Seattle guys. Thanks anyway.
I'll give you Zach Lee for him.
Nah.
That's what Seattle got for him. Anyway,
Jason Hayward, though.
Miguel Vargas is on my Painting the Black team, so I like him. I think he's solid. I think he's really going to be the guy that plays most of the games at third base this year. Muncy will DH or I guess Martinez. I don't know.
yeah.
Who's there? Maybe Taylor
Marti-
plays some outfield and Muncy plays
Yeah,
second.
I said Martinez
Yeah.
cannot play the outfield.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
he's a DH.
Mm.
And then if you go, and then they have that. They have another catcher that's really good, Diego Cartaya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying that right.
And now that you mention that, I kind of one rumor that was thrown out there was that they could trade Will Smith for some pieces that might help the team overall.
Well, he's coming up on a contract, I think. So that actually makes some sense. Oh no,
Yeah.
2 options left. No, that's options. Never mind. I was thinking ARB. That can make sense.
They would get a haul for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, also looking at their pitching,
That's not bad.
Solid.
it's so I think that's what's going to carry them.
Mhm.
The rotation and pretty much the first 3
Yeah.
in their lineup.
Yeah, I think they almost feel like I'm trying to think of a basketball analogy.
I knew that was coming.
Like almost like those Atlanta Hawks is probably too strong, like that mid 2010s Atlanta Hawks, where they're
Yeah.
you know they're gonna be good in the regular season, but then you know they're not gonna win in the playoffs. Like that's what this team feels like to me.
I'm gonna throw out another basketball. Toronto Raptors with Lowry.
Yeah,
and
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. Yeah, that's what it feels like. And just like the Raptors, they got their one championship.
Yep.
In that one, in the COVID year.
It was pre-COVID. Oh no, Dodgers. Sorry. This is
Yeah.
not a-
Yeah, Raptors got it pre-COVID.
yeah, sorry. This is not a basketball podcast.
Can be. They got it in the KD Achilles. So that was an asterisk bigger than COVID in my opinion. But yeah, both teams always go to the playoffs. Both got, you could say, lucky in their
Yeah.
one championship, and then just kind of we'll probably keep doing that. Keep losing in the playoffs. So y'all want to do some freezing cold takes?
Sure.
Yeah.
Always.
So baseball has what? 6 playoff teams now? Is that right?
Yeah.
Y'all want to do it? As of whatever date today is, December.
We're guessing playoff teams in December.
Freezing cold
Well,
take?
before we do that, do you want to kind of look at a couple American League teams since we've looked at a
Yeah.
few National League
Yeah,
teams?
Yeah, do
That's
it.
like National League heavy, yeah.
Like arguably
What's
the biggest free agent name-wise, Aaron Judge returned to the Yankees
Mhm.
after a 7-minute stay in San Francisco.
R.I.P. Arson Judge.
Saw how bad the weather was.
Arson
right now.
Judge. But
He's
by
already
the way, Cody, you know what I'm sending Colin. That I think he's gonna love it.
he's already 31.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Wait, how long is his deal?
10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say 12. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
I
so
mean,
looking at their lineup here,
Donaldson kind of sucks. Bader kind of sucks. I don't know
They
that
lost
much about.
Carpenter.
I don't know that much about Cabrera or Peraza. Trevino's fine.
Who they trade for Bader, Brad?
Jordan Montgomery.
Montgomery.
Yep. That was a
Straight
bad
up.
trade.
That's a good trade.
For St. Louis, yes.
Yeah.
LeMahieu on the bench he finished the year really strong.
That's crazy.
Like
Yeah.
I would almost say,
Torres is short.
yeah, I would say LeMahieu starts over Donaldson, right?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
is Donaldson older than LeMahieu? That's
He's old.
I didn't realize
Yeah.
Donaldson was 37 already.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been around like 12 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came up with Cubs. Yeah. Okay.
10 years of service time.
Came up with Oakland, actually. He was traded for.
Well, no, he was actually signed by the Cubs.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they traded him to Oakland. Yeah.
Started off as a catcher.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, I didn't know that.
Yep. Looking
Casual.
at their rotation here, they added Carlos Rodon. I think that was a big help there. Montas scares me though.
Yeah, 100%.
As a
He looked-
5 though,
He,
it's-
yeah,
Yes,
but,
as a 5, yes. Yeah.
but he looked broken.
yeah. He feels like a Joey Gallo,
Mhm.
a guy that goes to New York and just turns into a different baseball player.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
so like, yeah, he's a 5, but if he's losing games every 5th, I mean, that's
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to lose every 5th in New York.
true.
You know,
but
He's one of those guys that, like you guys are saying, he can go another place and be a Cy Young candidate.
Mhm.
Sonny Gray, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gray's a great example there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I were them, I'd trade him before his value falls.
Yeah. Good
I mean,
bullpen.
the first 4 are great right there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
incredible.
No, you could even throw in Domingo Herman too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
definitely.
sure he'll get some starts, and so
Yeah.
I think
well,
lineup needs some help, but
yeah. Should we look at the
do we have to?
Champs.
World Series champs here?
Abreu. Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And then
I was kind of surprised.
He is
I
36.
kind of
though,
thought
yeah.
Abreu would stay in Chicago.
Mhm.
I did too.
I think they cheaped out on that one.
Mm-hmm. But man, Kyle Tucker. I mean, again, according to Fangraphs roster resource here, hitting 6th. That's insane.
Payne is 7th. Yeah.
Yeah.
oh my goodness. That's
Yeah.
Why is
World
Brantley
Series
still,
MVP hitting 7th.
Brantley still 2nd? That's crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Probably flip Tucker and Brantley.
I agree. Yeah.
And then this actually is
Go aside.
kind of showing my hand a little bit, but
I'll be right back.
fantasy-wise, which I hate to do.
Okay.
But it's a good stat. I read something that Kyle Tucker was one of the most affected players by the shift.
Mm-hmm.
And so with the shift being outlawed, he could
I saw
have
that same
a
thing.
monster season.
Is the shift going to have the impact that, because like every fan base is like, oh, they all name like 2 guys that are going to be immediately better because the shift is gone. Like, is that going to happen? Because that'll be a
So
lot more
I
often.
absolutely, I think.
I think so.
That much? That 1 to 2
Because
players
I
on
mean, if you think about it, guys were hitting it literally at that extra guy. or the second baseman or short, whichever side it was on, the guy that was in the outfield.
So like, this would be the year to load up on pitching then, theoretically, or better defense.
Yeah, second baseman with range
Yeah.
become huge right now.
Mhm.
So like, I mean, I'll be a homer. Hae-Sung Kim at second base
Mhm.
is going to be huge this year for the Padres.
Yeah.
And then speaking of the Padres, another guy that's going to be helped by the shift is going to be Soto. Like his on base percentage might be 500 this year with
Mhm.
all
Hell
his
yeah.
walks, and then now no shift. Like he's going to be insane.
Hope so.
Cody's probably the front runner for the championship with Judge and Soto.
That's right.
I feel like you have one other guy that's like a top 5 player. Who's your third? You had
I don't
3.
even remember. Who's on my team? I don't even know.
Oh,
Goldie.
Goldschmidt, the other MVP that you have.
Oh, he's got real moves over there.
Me.
Team is stacked. Jazz coming back.
Right.
He'll be
How
helped
come
by
half that team looks like mine?
Polanco for $3.
Oh, that's insane, Cody. Why are we even playing?
It didn't do anything last year.
You had
Yeah, keep saying it, Mo. You jinxed him. So keep saying it for
I'm
this
being
next year.
honest. These are my true thoughts looking at this roster. Like, this is insane.
Yeah.
Verlander for 3, Reynolds for
You have
3.
Verlander?
I drafted him. Low, still cheap.
Where'd Mania go? You guys are like the
Giants.
Giants?
Yep,
Yeah.
Giants.
Yeah.
It's all gone.
Go to hell, Sean Manaea.
Here, get your
I
head in
hate
there.
that guy.
Here.
He's so
Yeah,
bad
my.
for the Padres.
Tell him hi.
Trust me.
Can you say hi?
He cost me Gunner. I'm pissed.
Oh yeah. Oh
Oh, that yeah,
yeah.
it's tough.
That's a freezing cold take.
Right.
Are you happy now? You want to get down so I can talk?
I'm happy.
But looking at the Astros pitching staff here, I mean they lost Verlander.
Still good.
Yeah. I
Still
think it's
5
still
deep.
real solid and
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then Hunter Brown on the way.
mm-hmm. Yep.
It makes no sense how good they are.
And like, they didn't really spend all the Verlander money, did they? Because Abreu wasn't that expensive.
What was it like 4 years, 80 million?
I think it was 3 and 48 or something like that.
Yeah, it was a 3-year deal.
Okay.
Wonder if I click on him if it will say.
Maybe. Oh, okay, 19.
360.
Okay.
But of course that's from Nightingale, so who knows? But yeah, I think Astros have a strong team.
Yeah.
I definitely contenders for World Series.
Yeah.
All right, who else do you want to look at? Should we look at your Mariners?
Look at
still
Texas.
What's that?
Look at Texas
Look at
too.
Texas too.
Okay, we'll do Seattle, Texas, and maybe even Toronto. We'll see about Toronto. But here's Mariners.
Teoscar.
He
See,
added
like this-
Teoscar.
Yeah, this offseason has been so insane. Like Teoscar's like a footnote. Like, oh yeah, the Mariners got Teoscar Hernandez. Like that's a huge move. Every other
So-
offseason, like that's one of the biggest moves that there will be.
This projection has them starting 2 catchers. Tom Murphy as the DH.
No.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's probably
Yeah.
Haggerty, right?
Yeah,
Haggerty.
Trammell maybe. It's Haggerty,
Haggerty, yeah.
like old
The
Hag.
left fielder, yeah.
Old hat.
Still needs a better bat. I don't know if they had one, but
Yeah.
Yeah, what Doug was saying earlier, Conforto would fit perfectly in this lineup.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
so. Yeah, because I don't think you can trust Kelnick all year long, and I don't think
No.
I think there's a mental block there, and I'm not sure what it is. Maybe he's just playing in Seattle because, when we're looking through all this stuff that you guys were scrolling through earlier, the number of people that either started in Seattle or that have been through Seattle is kind of scary.
Yeah.
That they couldn't actually hold on to these guys, and even Vogelbach,
Yeah.
and where's the disconnect on that? And that's what's kind of getting me on this.
yeah, I think that's pretty normal as you look through baseball. I mean, Padres gave up France as a no name.
That's true.
Reds traded Suarez as a salary dump, and he turned out pretty great.
Yeah, and they also got Winker, and I think that was more of a he couldn't get along with anybody else kind of thing. And you guys were talking about Trevor Bauer, and I didn't say too much, but if you think about it, there's two managers that could do a real good job with him, and one of them's Robbie Thompson, and the other one's Bob Melvin. And I think if he was with either one of those guys, he'd probably flourish with them.
Mm-hmm.
But that's only because both those guys are more player managers. Sorry.
Where's who's Bobby Thompson the manager for? Is that the Phillies?
Yeah, Phillies. Yeah.
Phillies, yeah.
Yeah, he used to be second baseman for Giants, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, he was. I'm sure he was the second baseman for him back when Will Clark was there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. That kind of rings a bell now.
I'm old. I know stuff like that, so I get it.
Yeah,
Good rotation.
I'm taking your word for it. Yeah, rotation looks good.
What you got going there? Is that
Cubs ball.
a CCF ball?
Yeah. Sending this to Brad for Christmas.
Sweet.
Oh, are you?
I think my brother got me this when
I
he
think
went to Chicago.
I think you showed us that
souvenir.
before. Yeah.
So what's the worst piece of memorabilia each one of you guys has?
I got to pick something that's not yours so you don't yell at me.
Oh, yeah. You know what you should do is you should show them what you got today. That'd be cool.
All right, one second.
It's not the worst, but this is like the saddest story. So y'all remember Tatis was in the minors, right? On the way back. And he was gonna have a rehab game here.
Oh,
I was gonna take Aaliyah to the game. I pulled out the card. So Derek, did you send it to me, Doug, or did Derek send it to me? You sent it to me, Doug. I think Derek gave it to you, and then you sent it to me.
Tatis card?
The Tatis card.
Yeah, I had a couple of them. Yeah.
I think you sent me one. I had pulled it out. I sent these guys a picture of it. I was like, I'm taking this, I think like tomorrow night or tonight to get it signed. I'm going to give it to Aaliyah, my 3-year-old daughter. He's going to love it. And literally hours later, the suspension comes out. And it just, I was like, oh, goodness. Like I went from like this high to this low in like a matter of hours. So I will always think of that when I look at that card.
I'm kind of a scam artist, but whenever you're going and you take your kids with you, there's a better chance that they can get the ball signed for you.
Absolutely.
It's
one of the main reasons I had kids.
I have 3 on my mantle over there that are proof of that.
The Mike Morris ball?
Yep. Felix, Eddie Guardado, and Mike Morris. Yep. So this is what Doug was talking about.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. 1998, I think it said.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had gift exchange here today at the house because Lisa and I both have to work Christmas Eve and all that stuff. But I had a guy at work that asked me how much that was worth. I mean, I get hit with that just about every day, and somebody asking me what something's worth, and it's like, I went in and I looked on eBay and I'm like, dude, that's only trending at $5 to $10 for the box. And he's like, that's all? And he was thinking it was worth like $50 or something. And I'm like, yeah, that's it. I said, and it was only trending at 5. And I'm like, I'll give you $10 for it. And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. And then when it came time, he needed wood split, but he didn't have a maul and he didn't have an axe. So I'm like, I tell you what, I'll get you a maul and an axe and I'll trade you for the Wheaties box. So that's what it came down to. So, but yeah, it was pretty funny.
So yeah, I got my breakfast. It expires 14 years ago. Can't wait to eat it.
How about 24 years ago?
Yeah, same thing.
Man, I wouldn't want to try that. Yeah, because that one guy's like, well, I'll just eat it if I can't sell it. And I'm like, dude, why would you do that? That's just crazy.
It's not bad. It's just well aged.
Yeah, I have a piece of, well, not a piece, but I have some of the dirt from Safeco Field. That's probably the weirdest memorabilia I have.
I have first base from Busch Stadium against the Brewers back in 2016,
cool.
I think it was.
Nice.
Who was that? Who was that really weird shirt jersey I sent you, Brad?
Oh, Jeremy Hazelbaker. Yeah.
I got it for like $3. It cost more to ship it than it did for the shirt.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's in my room somewhere. But Doug, you'll like this. I actually have a ball signed by a Cubs player. Got it. And Cody, I think I might have told you this story while you were down here. Got it after Dad died. Mark Pryor.
Oh wow.
okay.
Rich Murray. You remember Rich Murray, right? I thought you were okay. Maybe that's your brother, but
My brother would know him. I don't.
yeah.
I only met those guys on Fridays at Jimmy's bar.
Okay.
That was my main.
Well, Rich.
Hey, best sausage sandwiches in Peoria. Beer was cold too, but yeah.
Right. But Rich Murray has his own granite business, and
Okay.
he actually did Mark Pryor's house. And this was not long after the accident, and he knew big baseball fan in general. He's like, hey, this happened. Can you sign a ball for him? And I still got that. So
That's
That's
cool.
awesome.
That's pretty cool.
yeah. Sucks how I had to get it, but
Sure.
And Pryor is what? He's a pitching coach for the Dodgers, right?
yes.
Where did you pull that out of?
I was trying to remember the last time I saw him.
Damn, man.
Yeah, because I think he was with the Reds for a little bit, and then he went over to the Dodgers.
He feels like a guy that could be a good manager. Like as the main guy down the line. He's not that old, right? Like, how old is he? He was
maybe 40, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, he paid his dues. I mean, he's one of those guys that would be really, really good with the younger guys that are struggling, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's 42.
Hey, close.
It's about the same age Kerry Wood is in.
Yeah.
Who do I want to look at? Toronto, maybe Cleveland?
Let's look at Texas for sure.
Yeah, Texas is another one, right? Made lots again in a normal offseason. them signing DeGrom is probably the story of the offseason.
Yeah.
How crazy this one's been.
Yeah. And that was right before the winter meetings too.
Mhm.
They've got their starting five isn't bad. Odorizzi's probably the worst one.
Yeah.
He's not good, but
Well, you know,
good top four though.
he would be probably comparable to Steven Matz, right?
I think
Yeah.
Matt's might be better.
Yeah. But I mean, that's a good pitching staff.
Yeah, and they should have Leiter coming up this year.
Right.
Yeah.
Health will be huge for them because Gray gets hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
Heaney does. DeGrom, obviously.
Yeah, that's the thing is all these guys are injury prone.
Mm-hmm.
Perez was like that was a huge year for him last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you know, they
he
also
signed the qualifying offer too.
Yep.
Yeah. So they've got Bruce Bochy, right?
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot.
And then I think
Yes,
they
sir.
brought back Mike Maddox.
Yep, Mike
as the
Maddox
pitching
for the
coach.
pitching coach.
Nice.
The claw.
The claw.
And I feel like he was there previously.
Yep.
Yep.
And he was pretty
World-
good for them as a pitching coach.
Yeah, with the World Series teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he went
their
to
rotation looks strong.
yeah, looks really good. That's why I wanted to take a look at it because I couldn't
Mhm.
remember.
How's the lineup look?
Not bottom half is not great, I think.
Yeah, the first four and then kind of
Time
falls
is
off. I have
okay.
never heard of Josh.
He was part of the Gallo trade.
Josh
Oh.
H. Smith.
He is one of the main pieces in the Gallo trade, along with Ezekiel Duran down there.
Yep.
Okay.
They're listing Brad Miller's are starting DH.
I think he did okay last year.
Yeah,
And-
and the key in this lineup is Josh Jung. If he
Yeah.
can be what everyone thought he was going to be,
My man.
Yeah, 'cause he had the shoulder injury that
Mhm.
wound up having surgery. He was out most of the year, and then
yeah,
yeah,
he
Hit a
came back and did okay, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
he had a really, really good couple week stretch in September.
yeah.
But yeah,
Uh,
I wouldn't. I don't feel like that lineup's good enough to make the playoffs.
no.
No,
Can their pitching carry him if everyone is healthy?
Yeah, in fact, there's too many guys, too many ifs. Like, are all like of those three guys that Cody pointed out are injury prone? They would need all three of those guys to make
hmm
28 starts each.
They're
Like when
they're definitely not better than the Astros. They're definitely not better than the Mariners in my eyes.
Are they better than the Angels? I don't know.
And that was going to be my question.
Yeah.
Are they better
Yeah.
than the Angels? Because let's just look at their team. They have made quite a few moves here.
hmm
They traded for Hunter Renfroe. They
Good
got
pickup.
Mo's
Let's go.
boy.
Let's go, Brandon. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that lineup looks strong.
Walsh had a really bad year, but yeah.
Yeah, if he can bounce back.
And would Urshela start over Rengifo? I don't know, but
Yeah, I don't know.
who was Logan O'Hop?
you know, I don't know.
I don't
so
know.
this looks like the team that should be trading for one of those catchers.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
the Toronto catchers, yeah. And then
So who they have on their bench? Anybody? Catcher wise, Max Stassi.
Yeah,
Okay.
Stassi's not bad. He's a solid
You
hitter
know, that Jonah Heim is pretty good.
on the Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
He's
him.
yeah. Yeah, I
Did,
don't like but he's kind of a Mariner killer. So
Did the Angels get Moniak in the Thor deal?
Marsh.
Had to be.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Or was it Marsh?
Marsh, yeah.
Yep.
That's what it was.
And then their rotation, they picked up The guy we've
Yep.
hyped up a lot on this podcast, Tyler Anderson.
Our boy.
Shohei's obviously a beast.
Yeah.
hmm
Sandoval has an extremely high whip.
Left.
Yeah, a lot of lefties
When
there.
I see that, I just think home run for Julio, home run for Julio, home run for Julio.
Yeah, there's
So-
only one guy. There's only two guys, but one guy that's left-handed that I'd be afraid of, and that's Anderson.
Yeah.
The other three are
Yeah,
Detmers he's kind of hot and cold.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, he's not a power guy.
No, but the rest of them I don't. Sandoval's kind of up and down, so
Yeah.
he's not bad. I mean, he can give you 6 strong.
Yeah, and Sandoval will once every 6 weeks have a game. You're like, oh, that's an ace right there.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
his
I'm
next
gonna-
4, you're like,
I'm gonna go claim him, and then you're like, why the hell did I
Mhm.
claim him?
yeah, thank you for
Yeah.
claiming him. I appreciate that, Cody.
No problem.
So are the Rangers better than the Angels?
No.
The lineup is just so much better here.
I like their lineup.
Okay, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say the Rangers are they're going to finish higher than the Angels because they have a better manager, and that's the only reason.
Oh, that's a good point.
That's that's pretty fair.
And I'm not pulling punches, but the guy they got at Los Angeles, he was number 3 when Scott Service got hired by the Mariners. He was the 3rd guy.
I'm so glad I told you that because you're just spamming that everywhere, and I love it.
Oh, I knew it. I already knew it, but and the guy behind him was the Tim Bogar was number 2, and then this clown was number 3, and then his kid got DFA'd yesterday. So Phil Nevin.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he played for San Diego.
Yeah, I think we're all old enough to even remember that one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he
No,
was
no. I'm not old enough.
Oh, really?
Nevin was the best friends with one of the guys that got killed in that boating accident. When San Diego had it, they had some minor leaguers that were involved either in a car accident or a boating accident. Phil Nevin was the best friend with one of those guys.
Oh, wow. I didn't
Oh.
realize that.
Yeah, and I can't because it was in spring training because I went down right afterwards and I can't remember the guys' names. And I want to say it was a truck car accident, but I could be wrong because it was just about the same time as that boating accident too. So I can't remember.
Okay.
But yeah, even back then, Phil Nevin had everybody was saying he was kind of a jerk. So, some of us change, some of us don't. So,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm with you on that kind of, Doug. I wouldn't be surprised
no.
if the Rangers finish ahead of the Angels.
So what's the
Bochy.
I'm going to say this wrong, but wins above a replacement for a manager. Is there such a thing or no?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so.
Because realistically, what is it they say a good manager gets you 7 more wins than a regular one or something like that?
Something like that.
So I would tend to believe that Nevin will be lower.
Yeah. And the guy you brought up earlier, Doug, Bob Melvin, for the
Yeah.
Padres last year was huge.
Yeah.
Like they would have gotten swept by the Dodgers if
Yeah.
they still had Jace Tingler. And they honestly wouldn't have even got to the Dodgers. They would have lost to the Mets if they still had Jace Tingler last year. A good manager is like you said, you have all these metrics that people look at. Like there's the human aspect of it that I know y'all think I love numbers, but I believe a lot in that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like the human aspect of some of this stuff is very, very big.
Yeah, absolutely. I've always been like, you can't measure heart. And that's always been big for me because, I mean, look at the Washington Nationals from a couple of years ago. I mean,
Yeah.
they got on a roll and they just went with it. And
Mhm.
were they picked to win it all? No,
No.
but they kind of pulled a rabbit out of their hat and they kept doing it.
All right. What's your six then for the American League? Pick somebody wild.
I might need Brad to pull that list back up.
All right. Yep.
Come up with the 6.
Can't think of who's even in the American League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been so NL focused, as y'all know from the chat. So I gotta y'all are making fun of me for this, but Cleveland, I think is really good.
Mhm.
So throw Cleveland in there, Houston, obviously. I'm just going alphabetical order. New York, Seattle, Tampa, Toronto, 6.
Okay.
Is that like the exact same 6 as last year?
I think so.
There
Yeah.
you go. There's some chalk for you. 'Cause
Yeah.
Baltimore probably isn't there yet. Boston is tanking. I don't know what they're doing. The White Sox are too cheap, like one of y'all said earlier. Minnesota lost Correa. I can't help.
Yeah, it's a really, really bad division.
I think I mean, it's probably been like 20 years since you had the exact same playoff teams back-to-back years.
Right.
Detroit is the one I would say watch out for.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Because Riley Green is really good. Torkelson will be better than he was last year.
That wouldn't take much.
Yeah.
Right.
Good point.
Kerry Carpenter looks like
And the rest of this, Baez is
somebody
good, I
I've never
guess.
heard of.
Yeah, the rest of this lineup.
Ryan Creedler, never heard.
This is Cabrera's last year, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I can't imagine he'd be on the bench.
Yeah, I looked at that and I was kind of.
Well,
that's just me.
I think he'll probably be like a Pujols type role where
Like a
Wolf was
DH.
on the bench
Yeah.
for a good chunk and then took off. The rotation here, they just signed Michael Lorenzen.
And Matthew Boyd.
Yeah, they got Matthew Boyd.
Lorenzen's two-way, right?
Yeah, but
Was.
I don't think he hit it all last year.
Okay.
Matt Manning finished the season really strong last year.
Mhm.
Mhm.
What's up with Scooball? Why isn't he on here? Is he hurt?
Yeah,
Tommy John?
not sure.
Yeah, he's down there.
Flexor.
Terrence Scooball.
Flexor tendon.
Oh, flexor. And then Casey Mees is probably out the whole year. Right? If he had his Tommy John on
Yeah.
6/15.
Yeah.
I think it's
He's
about
not
time to
coming back.
write him off. Yeah. All right, so you want chalk?
Yeah. Sorry.
That's fine.
My AL.
Yeah,
I was kind of writing them down as we were going here. Toronto, Yankees, Indians, or sorry, Guardians.
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 it's late. It's late there. It's okay.
Right. Yeah, it's 12:30 here. Mariners, Astros, and then I'm down to 4 teams for the last spot. Angels, Rangers, Rays, and White Sox. I kind of want to go Angels.
Oh,
Shohei's last year.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Mike Trout's got to make the playoffs again sometime.
Yeah, he's only played what, 3 games?
Something like that.
That's right.
That was what, 7 years ago?
I think he's 2 for 8 or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Cody,
There's
Doug, who
10.
you guys got out of the AL?
I've got Cleveland, Houston, Yankees, Toronto, Seattle, and Baltimore.
Oh, you took my sleeper.
Adley.
Yeah, they scared the hell out of me coming down the stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This last time, and I think didn't they get some pitching?
That's what I was gonna ask. Can we go look at their pitching?
Kyle
team?
Gibson.
Might
Oh,
have
when they
been.
got Grayson coming this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Grayson's coming up.
That's gonna be huge. He is.
Kramer is pretty good.
He
Mhm.
finished strong. Tyler Wells had
Wells,
a really
yeah.
good stretch during the year.
What's the lineup look like?
Mm,
They just got
Mullins
Adam
is solid.
Frazier.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gunner.
Gunner, yeah.
I
know
like
that-
this pick.
You know,
I would-
the guy, there's two guys on here that I really like, and one of them's Mullins,
Mhm.
and the other one is Santander.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why, other than every time I see them, it seems like they're doing something extra. And then Mountcastle's also pretty good, but their catcher, I mean, you're not going to get any better than that. I mean,
You took my sleeper pick.
well, I taught you well, I guess.
I guess so.
Well, they also have my waiver claim.
Awesome
Austin
Hayes.
Hayes.
You know, I liked Adam Frazier signing there.
Yeah.
And they just traded for James McCann. What was that, yesterday?
Yep, Brian McCann.
Yeah.
I'll go Houston, Toronto. I gotta pick Cleveland. There's nobody else. Seattle, New York.
There you go.
It's
Baltimore.
okay to take Baltimore.
That-
It really
I'm-
is okay.
Well, I don't want to say LA because I hate them. I'll go Texas.
Okay. So
That's a
kind
good sleeper pick too.
Mm-hmm.
of seems like we're all in agreement with Toronto, New York,
Like-
Cleveland,
like five of
Seattle,
them,
Houston,
yeah.
those five.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mo, you took Tampa. Is that right?
Yeah.
I got the Angels. Doug has the Orioles, and Cody is going with the Rangers as the 6th.
I like that. I like that we all pick something different.
Yeah. All right. How about NL?
Gotta go Atlanta, Dodgers, Mets, Phillies, Padres. And what am I missing? I gotta pick NL Central.
Yep.
I don't like any of these teams. I guess you got to go with the team that has the MVP. So go with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Is
That's-
that the
that's-
exact same 6 as last year? What am I
Yeah.
doing?
So you're going
I'm like the stereotype boring accountant over here.
right. I mean, I'm going with the same 6 as well. You guys are probably going to rag me on this, but I could see the Cubs doing some little competing, but I don't know. Like, I don't really know who would. Maybe the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What
But
about
I don't know
Milwaukee?
who I would pick them over. That's the thing.
Yeah, there's no wild card spots available. I like Milwaukee, Doug, as the NL Central winner. I'm just mad at them because I think I picked them to make the World Series last year. So I'm mad at them for letting me down.
I agree with everything Brad said. I think it was Brad. The only difference I would make is I would put Milwaukee in there instead of Philadelphia. I think.
Oh, the-
I think
Oh, over Philly.
Ooh,
That
Okay.
lineup looks.
So William Contreras, in my opinion, is better than Wilson already. Like he's good. That was a huge pickup.
yeah.
Better than
Wink-
Wilson already.
Winker is another. Let's see
that's a
what the
wild
shift.
card.
Let's see what the shift does, or
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
elimination
See
of
how
the
he comes
shift for
back
him.
from injury.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna switch it. I'll go with my head and not my heart, and say Milwaukee over the Cardinals
Ooh.
Wow.
as the NL Central
Okay.
winner.
Their
Pitching
rotation
staff
looks
is
good.
loaded.
Rotation
Mhm.
looks real good.
Yeah.
Burns, Woodruff, Lauer, Peralta, Ashby. That's tough.
They got a pretty good pen too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That Williams is pretty good, right?
Yep. Yeah, he
Can
was
you,
rookie of the year, I think, in what was that, 2020?
Yeah, COVID. Go
So Matt Bush, he was with the Rangers.
Yeah.
Yep. Number one overall.
Number one overall pick by the Padres as a shortstop.
Yep.
And then he did all
Yeah.
kinds of drugs, got all the way out of
Yep.
baseball.
Right. He
Yeah.
had some. Yeah, he had some issues.
Wow, I didn't
Found his
realize
brother.
he's going to be turning 37.
Yep. He was
Yeah.
drafted in 2004.
Man,
Wow.
time flies. That does not seem like
Yeah,
that long
no
ago.
kidding.
Yep.
Yeah, he was good in the pen for Texas.
He was. He was
Yeah,
really
he was. Can you go to Arizona really quick?
Yep.
That was one of the biggest screw ups I had in my roster.
What's up?
Varsho. Because I released him after first year. Quit smiling, Mo.
You can't say I didn't tell you.
Yeah, he had a bad. I'm real impatient on that stuff.
Yeah, I've done it as well. So yeah,
I
don't blame
I kind of
you.
like the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, that's a good lineup right there.
Let's we're gonna etch this into video. I'm gonna get really freezing here. San Diego, Arizona, St. Louis, Philadelphia, Mets, Braves.
He
No
did it.
Dodgers.
No Dodgers.
I had a feeling that's where you were going with that.
FTM.
Yep.
I think you need to embed that video and send it off to
Right. And looking at their pitching staff, Gallen, he definitely had a
Yep.
bounce back year.
Gallen and Kelly is a really good duo.
Yeah. And then Mad Bum, he is what he is now.
Mm-hmm.
And then these two guys, Ryan Nelson, Dre Jameson,
Mm-hmm.
they look good.
Yeah, it's a good rotation. They got some sparkle in the lineup.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm gonna get wild.
One guy, is he on there?
Who's that?
Yeah, Corbin Carroll. Who's their other? Alec Thomas. That's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah, where's he at? You heard?
He got him in the minors.
And you got Christian too, right?
I saw Christian up there. I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, he's on the restricted list.
Restricted
And
list.
I don't
Oh.
know. Are we ever going to see him again?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think he killed somebody, right?
Oh my god.
Like he had some kind of motorcycle incident during the COVID year.
Get it.
Like he has some trial going on in the country he's from.
Get these guys off of motorcycles for one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two,
Like
talking about
he is without a doubt a better player than Jazz Chisholm, who is
Wow.
a great player. A great player.
who is not available, by the way.
He should be.
Damn it.
Not available for what?
Trade.
Oh wow.
And so when I was, reading about these guys when they were 14 years old, like you guys like to make fun of me for.
I never make fun of you, Mo.
So Christian Robinson and Julio Rodriguez were neck and neck for me. Like they
Wow.
were like, that's how good that kid is. So it sucks that he killed somebody because he's a great baseball player.
See if there's any. He was in extended spring training.
Oh, in 2022 in June. I don't know.
Hmm.
So look at those tools right there. So the hit tool is terrible, but 60 power, 70 raw power, 60 speed. Like that's it. He's
Yeah.
a good player.
Yeah.
Hopefully he figures it out. He'd be a fun player to watch.
Right.
Yeah, inability to secure a proper work visa due to felony assault charge he received for an altercation with a law enforcement officer in April 2020.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's during
That
COVID.
sounds right.
Yeah. That's what it was. He hit like a police officer.
They're waiting for his felony to be dropped to a misdemeanor, and then his probation will end.
Yeah. I guess at least he didn't kill anyone. So
Yeah.
that's good. Sorry for the libel, Christian. Don't sue me.
He was he's
Slander.
out of the Bahamas, right?
Yeah, I think that's right. I think he's from the Bahamas. I think he's from the same place as Jazz.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was scouting those two guys together, and they're the same in the sense that their hit tool is terrible, but all their other tools are extremely loud
Mhm.
to where it more than makes up for it. And Christian seemed to have more, I'll call it on base percentage upside than Jazz does.
Okay.
Is that it?
Well,
All the
I
star
mean,
picks
we're
in?
we're running on almost close to 2 hours here.
Oh my God.
That'll be the
Wow.
longest one.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun. So
Right.
World Series pick, I'm gonna make Paul happy. I'm gonna go Mets
Mets over
over
who?
Mariners.
I like it.
Now I'm gonna go Mariners over Mets. How about that?
Okay.
I started thinking about the matchup in my head. I don't see how the Mariners lose that series.
I'm gonna go with Toronto and the Braves with Toronto winning.
Weird. I'll go
Doug, who you got?
Padres. Oh, sorry.
What'd you say?
I'll go Padres over Astros.
I would love that.
How many games?
We'll say 6.
Got Padres, Mariners, Padres in 7.
Okay.
Tatis hits a walk-off in the bottom of the ninth.
No. No, it's your backup catcher hits a home run.
So I actually
NCAA.
have a question about Tatis. Since he's still technically suspended this upcoming season for the PEDs, is he eligible for the playoffs?
I think he is. I
Okay.
think when it first happened, they clarified
Okay.
that he is.
Yeah, I'm not sold with my Toronto Atlanta pick at
Yeah,
all.
I love
Change
the
it.
Padres, obviously. I just don't know that
Change-
they have enough pitching. So the Mariners thing, I think what they're doing, and I think what the Dodgers are doing is actually the same thing. They're both setting themselves up to be buyers at the deadline.
Mhm,
Yeah.
definitely.
So they're going to be able to take on more payroll that way.
Mhm. And unhittable in a short series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brad, change your pick. It's fine.
Let me look at the Braves rotation real quick. Because I'm kind of stuck between Braves and Mets.
Mets, Toronto, that'd be interesting.
No,
I like that. I like that Mets Mariners pick too.
I think I'm set on Toronto.
That's a fine pick.
It's a great pick, but they won't get out of Seattle.
They won't need to play Seattle.
They couldn't even get out of Toronto last year.
Oh yeah, they got
Yeah,
they got another
2-0.
pitcher now, don't they? Toronto does.
Yeah.
'Cause they
Bassett.
Yeah, Chris Bassett.
Oh,
Bassett down.
that's
Yeah,
a
they
big
just got him a
pickup.
couple days ago.
I think
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with Jays and Braves.
Who's winning? Jays.
Jays. And
I'm okay with that.
let's go 7.
Yeah, I know y'all are sleepy, but
I'm okay.
rookie of the year. Now that y'all brought up the Baltimore thing.
Ooh.
Gunner versus Grayson, just on that team,
Mhm.
is going to be fun. And then NL, y'all were going through someone. I was like, oh, that's the NL. I think Grissom is probably eligible,
Yeah, he should be.
right? He didn't have enough at bats, did he? To knock himself out of that? Maybe he did.
Let me
I
look.
don't know.
Same with Hunter Brown in the AL. I don't think he had enough.
He
So he'll be
exceeded
up
the rookie
there.
limits this year, Von Grissom.
Oh man.
Von Grissom did exceed?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Because I think the threshold is 140 at bats. He had 141.
What a weird threshold.
You
Yeah.
gotta bench him.
That's funny.
So Alvarez obviously in the NL as well. I gotta pull up my top 100 prospects now.
I think this is too soon to do, but all right.
No, this is Corbin Carroll. That's who will win it. If he
Okay.
didn't,
He's not past his limits?
I gotta check that.
I think he is.
104.
Oh, nice. I'll take him too.
Yeah, I think Carroll gets the NL. Oh, Jordan Walker should be up, Brad. That's
Yep.
he'll be up there. Volpe should be up there. I'm just reading the top 10 list to y'all at this point.
Is it Volpe and not Volpe?
I think it's Volpe.
I think it's
It's like-
Volpe too.
If it's Wolf with an E, it's not Wolfie. English language is so stupid. All right, Volpe.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
and Gunner's not over, is he? There's no way.
No, I don't think so.
So Gunner's
take,
at 116.
Hey, you guys-
He actually had more than Carroll.
I'll take Pascatino in the AL.
Is he not over?
He exceeded.
I don't know.
He's got to be over.
Hey,
He was up early.
you guys
Yeah,
were
but-
talking about that O'Hoppy guy or O'Hop?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
Catcher
catcher on
for-
the Angels.
Yes,
Yeah.
this here the Angels got O'Hop in the Brandon Marsh trade with the Phillies at last year's deadline.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Okay.
He went on to post a 1.146 OPS in 29 AA games following the trade.
Oh, there you go.
He should have every opportunity to be the club's starting backstop on opening day, allowing Angel fans to truly appreciate his all-around skills.
I hope they appreciate it.
Yeah. There's some. I always get excited when I look at the minor league guys. There's some fun guys due up this year. Kyle Harrison, Noelvi is potentially up. Marco Luciano, Espino is due up. Another guy that I won't say because I want to draft him.
Who's that? Who's that? Mo, we won't tell.
I can't say. I don't know how to say his name. I don't want to embarrass myself.
Saw a bunch of those guys in A-ball.
Yuri Perez. Yeah, there you go. And then the guys we talked about, Volpe, Grayson, and then full years from Corbin and Gunnar. Yeah, I think if I had to pick right now, I'd go Gunnar and Corbin. With my bias picks being my guys, Espino and Grayson.
Veen has to be close too, right?
Who's that? Oh, is
Zach
Zach Bean? I don't like him.
I was just asking if he's close. I don't.
Yeah, no,
I'm
he
sure
should
if
be up. I think he should be up at this
I
point.
don't care. I don't care if you think he's cute or not. I'm just.
I don't think he's good. He may look good, but
Who you talking about?
Zach Bean.
What team's he on? I thought you-
Rockies.
Rockies.
Nah, he'll never make it.
Yeah, exactly. They don't do a good job developing
No.
these guys.
So who'd you pick, Cody?
Carroll and I made an
Gunnar?
illegal pick. Yeah,
Gunnar?
sure, Gunnar.
Those are going to be the chalk picks, Gunnar and Carroll.
Okay. I agree with those. Now let's do a sleeper. Oh, Brad, did you pick yours?
Yeah, I haven't done mine. I'm gonna go with Jordan Walker.
Fine pick.
Who?
Jordan Walker.
Cardinals.
Top
Who's he with?
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Oh, I'm shocked.
Right. I'm torn. There's one that I want to pick, but I don't want to say his name because I want to draft him.
Who's
I'm
that?
gonna go with, this isn't the guy, but I'm going to go with Oscar Colas of the White
Good pick.
Sox.
He gets called up this year?
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm looking, it's got him, what, number 2?
Oh, wow.
No, I'm sorry. They got him
He's on
number
the-
2.
White Sox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was Cleveland. Okay.
What about this guy from the Red Sox, this Tristan Cassis?
Yeah, I like him a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Cassis.
Who has him in PTB?
Drew, I would assume.
No, I do,
Paul,
I do.
think. Let's look.
I got him. I was joking. I got him.
Oh,
We're officially past the 2-hour mark, I believe.
Let's go.
So now you get to pick a sleeper for the rookie of the year, right?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, Emerson Hancock.
What a
There you
shot.
go.
Great to see
okay.
the Mariner.
I think he's going to be like we had with Gilbert a couple years ago.
My sleeper would be Kyle Harrison.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry, Cody.
I'll say, is Young still qualified?
Josh Young. Yeah.
All right, I'll take him.
Am I cheating if I take one of the Japanese guys?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
probably
that's
will.
So Kodai Senga and I don't remember the Red Sox guy.
Yoshi something.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's cheating.
That's a good pick. That's a smart
Pick
move.
somebody else.
That's a smart pick. Yeah, if you're betting.
It's cheating.
Yoshida.
Yeah, Yoshida.
Yeah. I'll go with those guys. Senga and Yoshida.
I just
Classic.
officially got excited for fantasy baseball after looking at this list,
Yeah.
realizing how many of these guys I have on my team.
I'm just excited for fantasy baseball after seeing you on a video call. So
There you go.
Right. Right.
There you
On
go.
a video call with who?
with Mo, it's been so long.
Yeah, this was
I don't
fun.
I don't have work tomorrow. This is great. We should-
Neither do I.
Me neither.
I don't have to be in till noon,
Oh, there you go.
1 o'clock. Yeah. Yeah, I got a busy morning though. We're refinancing our house, so that should be fun.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're signing all the papers tomorrow, so that should be fun. Yeah, gotta love living here. Our house is over doubled in its assessed valuation at this point. So
Nice.
Wow.
yeah, we've been here 16 years. So yeah, the last couple of years has just blown up. So figured it was time to refinance it, because when we got it, we were at a pretty high rate. So even where it's at now is lower than where we were before. So
Cool.
Nice.
yeah, it's good. It's a good move on our part. So
Cody and Doug, you guys getting any of this cold that's making its way down towards me?
Yeah.
When I got off making it shut up. When I got off work yesterday, it was 10 degrees.
Okay.
The frost was inside of my car.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
great.
right now it's 60 right now here.
60.
Oh man. Oh,
yeah,
no.
but temperature's dropping. The like this is the high of the day.
You poor thing.
Yeah, it's
No,
dropping.
60. We won't see 60 till June.
Yeah, it's 13 degrees right now in Dallas.
Wow.
You got a bundle. Yeah, I know. What a nice warm vacation we're taking.
Yeah, that's a real fucking smart move you made on that one.
You
I
picked
told
the
y'all
day.
to come in March.
It's still going to be warmer than where we're at. So
By
Yeah.
2 degrees.
what we're 11 now. Is that
It's
where our
insane.
temperature's at? I think
I don't know.
it's warmer where you're at. I'm sitting here next to the fire.
23 and snow likely.
23.
Yeah.
Wow, I should go outside and move some firewood around.
What a great baseball podcast.
Right.
That's great. We
No
missed
Padres.
anything?
I think we
It was good
covered
to talk to you
everything.
guys.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
Great seeing you guys.
Merry
Y'all have a
Christmas,
Merry
guys.
Christmas.
You too, and Happy New Year.
Yeah, I'll be at work.
Oh,
You
that's-
guys enjoy
that's
your
fun.
stay away from the casinos. That's my advice for the next 10 days.
Okay.
But
Well-
after that, do whatever you want.
I think that's gonna wrap it up for this episode. Who knows when we're gonna hop back on and
Yep.
do
Yeah.
another
We'll
one.
see.
For anyone
We'll-
actually
we'll-
watching this for fantasy purposes, you stuck around this long. Freebie period coming up soon.
Hey, you're not a commissioner. Don't
Oh yeah, I'm not a
Well,
commissioner anymore.
he's the behind the scenes type
I
guy. Still,
I already
Yeah.
have my my
Cover-
freebies laid out. I'm ready to post
yeah, same here.
cover your face. You're behind the scenes.
behind the scenes.
Yeah, we're in the pre-freebie trade session right now. No trades have been made, at least to my knowledge.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's making trades. No one has cap room. Go Niners.
Yeah.
What was that?
Oh, Jesus, Niners, really?
Go Niners.
Man,
Yeah, freebie starts January 1st.
How long do we have?
Pretty good.
How long do we have on the trade window?
Trade window is
I think it ends
let me see.
12/31, and then
Yeah.
freebie
31, yeah.
starts 1/1. I think something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, New Year's Eve closes the trade window, and then next day freebie starts.
Make some trades, people. I'm out of cap,
Yep.
so I can't.
Yeah, I think no one has cap to do it. I think Drew maybe has a little bit of cap, so you'd have to find like a like for like trade
Yeah,
money
and
wise.
then I think that's kind of the hardest part right now. So
And nobody's trading with Drew, so
they're not?
Drew's
well,
out here
nobody
trying to
likes
bend
it.
everybody over in every trade.
yeah. I want Victor Wembanyama.
yeah, so Cody, we talked about with Cullen on the last podcast. I think it was after the recording about that one player,
Mhm.
Bobo.
Mhm.
And so
he wanted your top 3 pick for him. Yeah.
yeah. And that's what he had told Kellen. So I reached out to him. I was like, hey, I specifically said I'm looking to trade for a guard or trade a guard for Bobo. He's like, so how about that first round pick? I'm like, no,
Nope.
no, not happening.
Just dead
Was
eye
that-
right on.
What was that in crashing the boards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm in 11th place. I think I'm 10th now, but 11th at the time. I'm like, yeah, let me trade my first round pick when I'm in 11th place.
Yeah.
Smart.
What a Kelton move that would be.
Yeah. Although I did get a doozy of an offer just 2 days ago, I think.
You gonna kiss and tell?
I am not, but it's
What did Bud send you?
it's a, what's that?
I said, what did Bud send you?
It's not Bud. It's not Bud.
Wow.
So yeah.
So Cullen wanted us to talk about people offering him trades for
Oh yeah.
Javier and Susana.
Yeah.
Have y'all sent him one?
I might have.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, he told me about both of you.
You gonna
I
kiss and
don't
tell,
know.
Cody?
I'm just waiting for my 2
I
bags of chips from him.
I didn't offer anything, so me and Colin famously have not made a trade yet, so
Not a legal one.
not a legal one.
I thought you guys made one on a podcast or something.
Yeah, they
That was me
did.
and-
And then
that
it
was me and
was
Paul.
legal. Oh, that was that one. Yeah, it was Paul.
Yeah. That was a dumb trade.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Who'd you trade?
R.I.P. Kyle Harrison. Harrison for Hendricks.
Oh yeah.
No, it's not, I mean, it's not bad. It's not like Hendrick sucks.
No,
That's a good trade.
he's
Yeah.
a free agent. He's a free agent though, so not ideal.
He'll get picked up.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you stuck around this long, props to you. We love you. Yeah, I guess we'll kind of see you maybe in the spring. We'll see.
Soon or another sport, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. More than likely another sport.
Crashing the boards tomorrow. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Me and
yes,
Cody are
yes.
playing this week. No one's even talking about it because both
We'll
of our
talk
teams
about
are both our teams
What's
are
to
hurt.
talk about? You guys are in like 15th place.
There you go. Everyone's playing for second this year. Doug's got it.
He's not
Nah,
even first. Ryan's
I'm not
in
even
first.
first place. I got so many guys hurt right now.
Have you seen Doug's numbers this week? They're insane.
All right, we'll stop the
Or last
baseball
week.
podcast
Yeah, we
here.
gotta stop. We gotta stop.